Hey Pisces, thank you so much for joining me for your June horoscope and your June Fiercely Focused reading. Super excited to see what's coming up from a fish in June. Can you believe we're already in freaking halfway through the year? Lord! Let's see, Pisces. Wow. Alright. I was going to say, let's see where you are this month. It is Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. Wow. Okay then. Spirit is ready to talk to you, Pisces. What does Pisces most need, to know for their highest good, Spirit, when it comes to June 2017? Okay then. Ow. Hiding back there. Okay, Spirit. What do they need to know? What does Pisces need to be aware of for their highest good in the month of June? In the month of June 2017 for Pisces. Pisces. Okay. Pisces. Sun, moon, and rising. Pisces. One more for Pisces. June 2017. As Pisces most need to know for their highest good. June 2017. Whoa. Okay. Well, been jumping the whole time. Why change that? Wow. Very interesting. Those two kings sitting next to each other right here at the end of your reading. Okay. Make sure everybody's nice and where you can see them. And if you haven't been here before, Pisces, you will notice that I turned all the cards right side up. Because I'm an intuitive reader, I do not read upside down cards as muted or negative or anything like that. I listen to the impressions that Spirit gives me. Okay, so I feel like you're pulling yourself out of some... I feel like you're doing a good job, Pisces, of focusing on what is holding you back and pulling out of that. Unnecessary conflicts, dead-end relationships and jobs. I feel like, the Hermit sitting next to the Devil is like, I think that's actually incredibly powerful. The Devil is not Satan. Again, for those of you who don't know tarot very well or haven't been here before, the Devil is more like the shadowy or animalistic aspect of ourselves that we don't like to acknowledge, that we would kind of rather shove into the shadow, and that's why it is called the shadow. So it could be lust, rage, obsession, temptation. You dive deep, Pisces. There's no such thing as a superficial Pisces. But you do also have a tendency to martyr and sacrifice yourself at times. And Spirit is saying that you're getting some real wisdom and insight in June that can kind of pull you out of one of those patterns. I feel like there's somebody you just have not been able to see eye to eye with. And so I feel like there's a divergence here and diverging of paths. So I want to say, Pisces, that these are general readings. So I get a lot of messages. So I want you to listen to the essence of the message, and also know that some of these messages are going to resonate more than others, because one message could not resonate at all, and that is going to another Pisces, since I'm reading for so many of you. Okay, so the diverging paths. I feel that for some of you, there's somebody with whom you just have not been able to see eye to eye, somebody that you just have not been able to get a straight answer, have the discussion. The face-to-face is what I'm really feeling. And I feel like some of you, that's what you're pulling out of. Is like, you know what? Fine. Screw this. I'm not going to be the one, always running 3/4 of the way for you to extend your hand 20%, and I'm supposed to be excited about it. This person needs to do their part for some of you. And for others of you, I actually feel... For others of you, I feel like you may even be going toward this person in order to get the clarity. Like maybe, okay, again, general readings with Pisces, but some of you, it's like maybe you're in a long distance relationship and you really need to see this person and exchange words face to face to really dispel any concerns or dispel any worries, or just to reconnect. I feel like many Pisces are going to be moving in June. And I do mean geographically, like moving homes or moving locations. And if you're not moving, I feel like it's a trip, a short trip. I feel like you're gaining clarity. You're gaining so much clarity in June. Like, it's kind of nuts. You have that Strength card as well. That is a wonderful card, just like the Hermit to see coming up with the Devil. It's like you are ready to face this. You're ready to see yourself for what you are, see the situation for what it is, the good, the bad, the ugly. And the really important thing about Strength is, I just want to show this to you. There's a reason that this card does not feature like a lion and a person with a rifle as, you know, the description for Strength. Because our strength is not in, you know, destroying the parts of ourselves that we are disturbed by. Like our natural human elements that are just not so happy-go-lucky and easy. Again, rage, temptation, lust, need. That is the lion. And this woman is kneeling with the lion, showing it compassion, showing it gentleness, and sensing that she's not there to kill or trap him. The lion is like, cool, we can totally commune here. We can totally, like, I can totally give you a little paw back massage like kitties do. And she can totally give the lion the gentleness that it is so starved for. So Pisces, that is Spirit talking about the fact that there are aspects of you that are starved and that need a little bit of love and attention. And so, like I said, I feel like some of you are going on trips, and you're going on trips to be with people that are very kind and very open and make you feel like you can be yourself, make you feel like you can see things clearly as well. These two sixes right next to each other. It's like clarity and harmony. I love that. Clarity, harmony, and then strength, and then this Ace of Wands, just like that causes inspiration. I mean, Pisces, I'm really excited for you in June. That Ace of Wands is then followed by the Emperor, the ultimate builder, creator, the disciplined and structured like CEO, which may not sound like you, Pisces, but when you really believe in something and you really want something, you have a tenacity and an adaptability that other people, they don't see it coming. And that's what they're saying, Pisces, like, some people will never see you coming. You have a good way of playing it close to your chest. I feel like you have two powerful allies around you, these kings sitting at the end of your reading, the King of Wands and the King of Swords. And gender has nothing to do with queen, king, all of that. You can be a female king just as well as you can be a male one. So I will be saying he, but keep in mind it's more about the characteristics of the person and nothing at all to do with gender. So the King of Wands. This is somebody you consider to be a master of their craft, a creative, charismatic, confident leader. It's very likely that they could work in like the arts or in even like spirituality and magic and things like that, because that's the fire element. It's that what is of your spirit. And this person can really, I mean, this person's vision can help you. This person's ability to take their ideas and make them real in this world, that can behoove you. You also have the King of Swords. And I'm feeling, Spirit just got really specific. Okay, again, so I just want to say, Pisces, these are general readings, and if any of this is resonating to the point that you want to dive deeper, I would love to do a one-on-one with you, and my shop is linked below. And I say that because I'm about to say something that might throw a few people off. And again, I want to say, if this does not resonate with you and has nothing to do with your life at this moment, then you don't need to worry that it's coming in. But for some of you, this will resonate, and that is who this is for. I feel that some of you need a lawyer. I feel that some of you are getting legal representation in June, and I feel that that is the King of Swords. Again, male or female, this is somebody who is like a pit bull. This is somebody who cuts through all the crap and cuts through all the obfuscations, and you feel very confident in their intellect. Like, that is where they rule the mental realm. They're well studied, they've got certifications and awards and things like out the wazoo. I feel like this is a person whom you can go to if it's not for legal advice or legal counsel, it's just for pure intellectual counsel. Like this person has great knowledge, and what Spirit just said is they can kind of speed you through the process. So it might just be that they can get there a little quicker than you. Like you may be just as smart as they are, but they have the education. They have all the background. And some of you will benefit from going to this person because you're that emperor. An emperor needs wise counsel. An emperor needs a vizier. An emperor has all kinds of, like a board of directors. And I'm feeling like June is a little bit of a timeout for many of you. It's like, and Spirit just said it's because some of you are teachers. So you do get the summer to kind of like, okay, well, now what about me? And ironically enough, after saying some of you might be teachers, it's, you may want to be a bit of a student in June. It's like a little bit of quiet time for meditation and study and getting together with these mentors or friends of yours or partners in business. I feel like uniting with others and getting clear within yourself. You're separating from the right people and things, and you're joining the right people and things in June. And I really want to say, don't run into walls, Pisces. If you keep doing something and you keep getting the same results, I'm looking at the devil as I say this because I was right about to move on to your fiercely focused spread, and Spirit was like, okay, but first. So don't run into walls, Pisces. You have this tendency to sacrifice or martyr yourself at times, and this is not a case where you want to do that. Spirit just said some of you even have somebody in your life that is like literally an addict. And you may be kind of tiring yourself out trying to facilitate this person, and there's no good that can come of that. You are running yourself into walls, some of you, so no more, enabling, no more rationalizing. It's time for you to take care of yourself, Pisces, which for some of you is the hardest thing for you to do, but for you to be coming in as the Emperor, as the Hermit, as strength. And that Ace of Wands saying you've got something amazing, but you got to go out and make it for yourself. The right people will come out of the wings to help you do that, Pisces. Feel like you're coming to realizations and epiphanies, and that your life is going to flow in a much better and more natural way. It's like you've been trying to make the sea run backwards. And once you let it flow again, it's going to carry you exactly where you want to be. Okay, so now let's look at your fiercely focused spread. Let's see what action steps Spirit wants to give you to make the most of June. And if you haven't been here before, Pisces, this is where I do another little wow. This is where I do a 5-card spread. We'll see if he leaps out again. This is where I do a 5-card spread to get a theme for your month, and then a card for each of the 4 areas of your life represented by the 4 elements. So the earthy stuff, meaning jobs, resources, and money. And then the sword stuff, the air element, which is the way you think and communicate. Then what's going on in your relationships and in your heart. And finally, what's going on creatively and energetically with you. So first we're going to get a theme for you in June. What does Pisces most need to know, embody, or understand for their highest good in the month of June? For their highest good spirit. Wow. Well, you were a witness that time when they come flying out and then you shuffle them back in like, hey, was that an accident? No, that was not an accident, damn it. Pull me. Okay. So the Hanged Man, Pisces, that's a card that's quite related to you. And that is a card of change in perspective, radical change in perspective. And I did say that you wanted to take a time out in June, possibly even a trip. And the Hanged Man is the ultimate timeout. He hangs by his foot, not by his neck, so he's perfectly healthy. He's actually coming to an epiphany. I think I may have even used the word epiphany in your reading before. That is what happens to the Hanged Man. He has his perspective radically altered because things are taken out of his hands, and he's forced to look at the world in this whole new way. And because of that, as much as this is a vulnerable position to be put in, where he is kind of quote-unquote powerless, he's not powerless. I want you to notice, beyond the magical halo around his head, you can't see what he's doing with his hands. He's doing some hidden work that nobody can see. And hanging from the world tree, he's definitely getting some wisdom. So Pisces, don't be disempowered by a time when you feel like you don't have all the answers, and while you're quote-unquote hanging around waiting for things to happen. This is a timeout. This is on purpose. This is for you. So use it like it is for you and not like it's working against you. And you're going to see some amazing stuff come out of it. It's like relax and surrender into the timeout and see what you can do to fill that time. You'll come up with some amazing things. Okay. So now let's see what's up with your resources. What's up with your money, your work? What does Pisces need to know for their highest good in June? Wow. Love. Okay, awesome. So there's plenty of money and security to be had. The Ten of Pentacles is safety and support and longevity. So what you're doing and what you're creating, it has the potential to bring you the stability that you want. I feel some of you will be receiving support from family, or like they said, you're going to visit someone who feels like family and you're going to feel very surrounded and loved and taken care of. And I also just feel like they're wanting to reassure you that your financial situation is going to be good. Your financial situation is nothing to be concerned about in June, and if anything, quite the opposite. Very much like everything will be taken care of, and there's even some to share. Okay, so now, I love that. Let's see what's going on in the mental realm. What are you thinking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Pisces? Let's see. Pisces in June. What does Pisces most need to know for their... Woo. Wow. Same card, different deck. This is that same card that had the Six of Swords floating in the sky. You're getting clarity. You're moving away from drama and bullshit toward clarity. And that is another timeout card. That is another clear your mind and surrender and relax card. You're learning so much in June. Really, just accept it for what it is. I feel like the more you accept it, the easier it is, Pisces. This is a transitional phase, and you being a fish, you're very adaptable. You can swim upstream with this. You can let this take you where it's going. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot more clarity coming by the end of the month. The month itself may feel very confusing and very like the Hanged Man. You can feel powerless at times, but that's why Spirit's assuring you you're not powerless. This is just a timeout. This is just a holding phase. This is like suspended animation, like energetic escrow. But the time has come and the sale is made. You came in as the Emperor in your previous reading. That is the most empowered that you can be. So take the time out, accept it, take this whole month as a learning experience, and just be open to what it has to show you, Pisces. You're very intuitive. You can put the pieces together, Hanged Man. You're putting them all together behind your back. Maybe you can't even see what you're putting together yet, but you trust yourself. You're putting it together. Okay, so now let's see what's emotionally going on with you. What are you feeling? How are you relating in June? What is dominating your emotional life in June, Pisces? Wow. Yay! Awesome. Oh my God, I love it, especially with that Ten of Pentacles. Contentment, joy, being able to sit back and look at the fruits of your labor and be happy. And Spirit just said that some of you, there's been something that you've been wanting and that you've been like praying that you get an affirmative answer on, like, I really want this to be how this turns out, or I really want this to be the end result, and you get it. I feel like a lot of you get it in June. So this is a timeout, Pisces, but it's definitely not rest on your laurels, okay? There's ideas coming to you, and Spirit is saying relax into it the same way that really good ideas can come to you, like in the shower, or while you're on a run, or right after you wake up from a nap. And not when you're sitting down at your computer or with your book trying to come up with, your idea. That's why, there's that Eureka legend of the guy in the bathtub. Like, We all know it's true. It's true. So keep that note function on your phone handy, because I feel like a lot of you are going to be getting some info or some intuitions or some ideas that are so good that it's almost going to feel like you downloaded it like out of the collective unconscious. And who is to say that you didn't, Pisces, you magical motherfucker? Okay. And speaking of magic, finally, let us look at what is activating you, energizing you, or lighting you up in June, Pisces. What is setting your heart on fire? June, Pisces, 2017, their highest good. What does Pisces need to be aware of for their highest good in June? Wow. Queen of Wands to match your King of Wands from before. So I feel like this is you, Pisces. I feel like trust your magic, trust your charisma, trust your confidence. You are not cookie cutter. You are not meant to be like everybody else. And that is what the Queen of Wands is all about. If we had to pick like an eccentric queen, it would totally be the Queen of Wands. She's the one who doesn't care, who is, she doesn't care if she's a little loud, or if she's a little different, or if she has an approach that nobody else has ever seen before. She knows her power. She trusts herself. It's not an egotistical thing. It's just a matter of like, I know I'm not like anybody else. That's why I do this job. That's why this is my thing. Because this is what I do. And if this is not you, Pisces, I want you to think of the person who is leaping to your mind as I describe this and consult with this person. This person, whenever we have a court card appear, it is, yes, because it's somebody out externally in our environment that we're meant to encounter or that we're having an encounter with. But it's also, whenever we have that encounter, it is meant to evoke those qualities in ourselves, to find and discover and embody those qualities in ourselves. So you are meant to be feeling more charismatic, more confident, sure of yourself, and willing to put your particular brand of magic out into the world by the end of June. I feel like you have a better sense of who you are, of what you want, and of what you're capable of by the end of June. I love it. Love it, love it. Transformation, that's your whole deal, Pisces. You're shedding another skin and leveling up. You might be growing legs and emerging out onto land. I don't know. Thank you so much for joining me, Pisces. It's always such a pleasure. And I hope that this is helpful for you, and I would love to hear what you think. So whether it's in the comments below or if you want to find me on social media, I'd love to hear any kind of insights you have or what's resonating with you. And I just want to say thank you again, and that I really appreciate every like, every comment, every share that you guys give. It really means a lot to me. And we're coming up on my 1-year anniversary of doing this with you guys, so that is really exciting too. In August, it'll be a full year. So thank you so much again. I really hope this serves you very well and helps you create a magical month, Pisces. And I hope to see you in July. Bye!